Hey, my beautiful friends, it's your friend Kevin here with today's Divine Daily Blast. I hope you're all good. I hope life's treating you good. And if you're in the United States, that this week that you're approaching is the beginning of somewhat the holiday season, with tomorrow being Thanksgiving Day. Let's get right to today's message. So, a very happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I'm going to start with our numbers today. I've got the 10 and the 1 here. Now, in angel numbers, 10 and 1 are somewhat separate. But in numerology, the 10 does reduce to the 1. But here's what's important. The 10 itself signifies a powerful message about completion and new beginnings. It's a reduction to the foundational number of 1, emphasizing themes of leadership, creation, and more importantly, complete and utter divine support. So the meaning of the angel number 10 marks the end of something significant and the start of something fresh and exciting. You've reached the milestone. You've learned the necessary lessons you need to learn. And it's also a really big nod to completion, wholeness, a full circle moment, if you will. Particular phase of any journey on a 10 reduced into a 1 day is reaching its natural conclusion. So, yes, these numbers do rotate as the calendar clicks. And it might seem, well, we've had this number before. Well, yes, you do. Because like the life cycle, there are patterns that either repeat. So the ending of something signifies the beginning of something new. Now, the 0 at the end of the 1 is representative of potential and infinite possibilities. If you think about a circle, there are no ends. It just keeps going. Like I said, it's another cycle. The 1 gets amplified by the 0 and suggests that the universal divine forces are in concert with us, supporting what we're doing. So if you happen to be a number 10 life number, which I am, and many are, it's a sign that we've got manifestation powers. If you're seeing number 10, it's a sign that there's manifestation numbers. You know, when you go and take an exam, 99% is lovely, but 100% is golden. Whenever they talk about something, it's giving it 100%. Well, now you get the reason why the 1 and the 0 and the 0 and the 0 and the 0 is endless. So, what happens on a 10-1 day? It is imperative, my friends, that you amp up the divine potential, that you amp up and maintain your positive mindset. So, stepping over into numerology, which is also kind of linked to angel numbers, compounding the numbers, reducing it to a single digit being the 1, and I'm calling this ambitious, is in essence this new beginning, starting from scratch. The dreamer card could also be the world card. The core energy of number 1 is about fresh starts, talking initiative, leadership, reduction, stepping into your power, taking bold, decisive actions towards what you want. More importantly, if you think about having divine creativity on your side, any hesitation or doubt needs to be out the window, my loves. 10-1 is about individualism and drive, highlighting the importance of personal willpower and the courage to create your own pathway forward, your destiny, standing up for everything, guided by your intuition. A powerful message that we're all supposed to step forward today, embrace change, Give it the welly, as they say in England, which means confidence, optimism, putting the boot in, as they call it. Divine guidance, aligning your thoughts and actions with higher purpose. And trust that you're on the right path. Not only for personal growth, but spiritual growth as well. This is like your internal alert signal, your wake-up call. Be mindful. Be mindful of synchronicities. Be mindful of the signs you get. But more importantly, manifest in anything and everything you do. Moving on to my isms. I am a noble person doing world-class work and fulfilling a mighty purpose through the eyes of love. You could change that through the eyes of the divine. You could change that through the eyes of the universe. And so it is. Yes. I am choosing to trust the process of life and welcome new opportunities with open arms. This comes from our friend of the channel, Joanna Pantases. Love and light is my vibration. Peace is my portion. You vibrate with love. You vibrate with light. That may be your purpose. Always your purpose. And if that's all your purpose is, it's not like we have to, I don't know, become Albert Einstein or that's possible. But doesn't mean that you're any less just because you didn't have one of these amazing, magnificent breakthroughs. Just by accomplishing something, no matter how simple. No matter whether somebody else thinks it's fantastic or not. You, my friends, get the choice. I'm going to try that again. I'm going to try that again and increase it by 1%, 10%, 20%, whatever that looks like. Now, today, my loves, the moon is moved into Aquarius. Romance is still swirling. Triggers the sexy Mars too. So most people should be in a really good mood today. I would say so. And more good news, any promises that get made with this combination of sexy Mars, the moon in Aquarius, and all the other romance swirling, any of that likely means that people who make promises in a mood like that are probably going to keep them. Because the promises that they're making, there's no doubt, there's no hesitation. Yes, I promise. Because they want it the same as you want it. Now, I got two messages today from two archangels because these two cards flew out. So I said, all right, I'll read both. First one, love angels. No accident that we're in this loving, sexy Mars, Aquarius mashup. When you have any fears surrounding love in your life, ask for your guiding hands to bring healing and reassurance that all will be well. You got to ask for it, my darlings. I believe in the power of love. I allow for healing in all relationships, including the one I have with myself. The one you have with yourself. Here's a message from Archangel Raziel. As the scribe of mystical secrets, that is anything psychic and unseen and mysterious, I can help you fully understand at a soul level the cosmic principles necessary to manifest a magical life. Don't we want that? Here we go. I am a co-creator with the universe. My awareness of divine knowledge is constantly expanding. That's why growth. That's why forward movement. That's why expansion is so challenging. You can say it's difficult. You can say it's hard. You can be in a place of, okay, right now I'm going to take a little bit of a rest, then I'm going to go again. That's it. No one says, certainly not God, the creator of the universe, of all things, that you actually have to do it all in one go. That's the problem. We think that we need to do it now, yesterday, da-di-da-di-da. Well, I'm lucky, and I call myself fortunate, that I happen to pop out into the world in the early 60s. And yeah, there was no fax machines. There wasn't even the internet. There wasn't any computers. Well, there was somewhere, someplace. The computers were kind of doing their rumblings in World War II. But when I was a kid, didn't have any of that. Didn't even have a shopping centre. Didn't have we did have a movie theatre, but you had to travel to get to it. But I digress. I am lucky and fortunate to have grown up in a world that was incredibly simple, yet we had to go through all this growth. We had to go through all this learning. You know, when I'm in high school, don't ask me why I chose office practice and typing. Now I know. I did not know at 13, 14 years old that a computer keyboard was going to be, you know, my click-clack-land to an income. And then I'm already living in the United States, and all of a sudden a home computer comes along and I have to navigate this thing called email. Fax machines, remember those things where they will go make all this noise? Huge things. The Xerox copy machine, oh my gracious. Those things were like, how in the world are you going to get that up the stairs into an office? Now, Lord, they're light, they're easy, they're breezy. Plug them in and they start doing their work for you. What I'm saying to you is, every experience and adventure we've had in this world has come from a 10-1 experience. And whenever we master the art of something new and different, we have those hallelujah moments where eureka, it happened. However, like I've used in many analogies when I taught yoga, people who enter marathons, how many people you think sign up for the New York Marathon? You know how you have to qualify to get into that. Or the Boston Marathon, or the London Marathon, or the Sydney Marathon, any kind of marathon. There are hundreds of people that collect a number and do that, however it is, 3K, 5K, 26K, whatever. But only one can cross the finish line and have the fastest time. But that one person, if I had to interview them, I would ask them, how many marathons have you won and not come in first? Oh, they probably would tell you. What was it that made you go do it again? It's called striving. It's called pulling into trusting the process, that repetition, which is why these numbers keep on repeating and come around. You're getting my drift, my darlings. Right, the Master Jesus is with us all week long. If you want to know a deeper dive into my philosophy about working with the Master Jesus and bringing ourselves on the same level, because the Creator created Jesus and we're created in the same likeness. Very similar, because I happen to believe in my heart of hearts that Jesus wasn't just male, that Jesus had the perfect balance of divine masculine, divine feminine. He taught love, compassion, understanding, but he came into the earth plane at a time right around when the patriarchal system was going. So I think that the Creator, the divine, who created the Master Jesus, said, I probably think you need to appear to be masculine, because if you appear to be feminine, the world is not ready to be led or taught or instructed by a female. But hello, Mary Magdalene. She comes along and she holds the hand of Jesus to create that coupling. Now, many people would like to say, well, you know, they were a romantic couple. She was this, she was that. Let me tell you something. Back then, when they said those things, they may as well have been comparing it to the National Enquirer, one of those smutty tabloid magazines. Gossip. When people don't like what they see, it's either because it's supposed to draw them in, not repel them. But if they repel it, resist against it, they start madness, mischief. But we have to live on this earth and we have to have balance. And that is where the folks, the Master Jesus sits with us, holds our hands, holds our hearts, gives us peace, gives us joy. Call upon the Master Jesus, teach me, show me. How do I act in a certain way? How do I behave in a certain way? He's with us all week long. Metatron is also with us. You have a divine calling. Metatron's saying, I'm going to help you do it. I'm going to help you move forward. You're not on your own. You can do this. We can do this. The world can do this. So you say, I am ready to fulfill the call of my soul. And off you go. Here we go, my loves. I'm going to pull the fairy. Now, I did check in with Gertrude and Beatrice. I did say this morning, I am so sorry for ignoring you. And they showed me what they've been working on. So it looks like, oh, there you go. Hello. Okay, all right. Gertrude is just throwing these cards out. They showed me the stump of a tree that somewhat hollowed out, and that the woodland fairies, pixies, gnomes have been making a waterproof cap that goes over the top of this tree stump. They've hollowed it out, but they've used leaves, and you know how beavers make a dam. They've kind of used leaves and pine needles and all kinds of things to keep them warm and huddled up in this tree stump. But they're also talking about how it's okay when a tree falls or a tree dies or a tree no longer has the capacity to stand up, that we can still use their strength and their essence to create little fairy houses, or to just look at the fact that, okay, you know, we can do something with that, especially a mighty oak. You know, the roots are still in the ground. They still provide structure for the ground, for the earth. So they're still somewhat viable. All right, I digress. Here is our message for the day from the fairies. Protect your dreams. And look at her. She's just laying there like Gertrude, Beatrice, like, ooh, yeah, la, 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 I've got it. This is kind of fun. But she's daydreaming. She's meditating. You can meditate laying down. You might go to sleep. It's okay. You'll have a good rest. It says, you are the guardian of your precious dreams, and they're safe in your care. Keep them close to your heart. Keep them close to your heart until you're ready to release them. I'm going to see what else I can tell you about protecting your dreams to give you a bit of a nugget, send you on your way. The protection from the fairy ring of rainbow and light. Oh, that's a different one. Well, where is that one? Hang on. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Sorry. You can ask the fairies to add an extra layer of protection to your dreams by saying, fairies, this is my dream. It is dear to me. Please help protect it till I come to be free. And as you dream, or as your dream grows, nurtured by the protection it has received from you and the fairies, it will gain power. It will gain momentum. This will serve you well, for when your dream is released into the world, we're being encouraged to nurture our dreams so that they may come to be in this earthly realm. They will come to be for the highest good of all. Follow any guidance during this time. Follow any guidance from physical signs. Follow any guidance from your intuition, your gut feeling. And, particularly, if it seems wise, you alone by yourself are going to know when the time is right to release your dreams out into the world. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So here we go. Wrapping this up. Think of yourself at a big archway, a big doorway, and here you are right now in the here and now, in the middle of whatever stuff's going on. But you're in the archway. And right on the other side of that archway is everything you could possibly want to manifest in your life. Right through that archway is the Master Jesus, is Raziel, is your love angels, is Gertrude, is Beatrice, any fairy, pixie, gnome, what have you. And the pathway forward through this archway is glittering. And you're just sitting there. Oh, and I got goosebumps. Thank you. They're just telling me, yes, we're giving you this. You're sitting there looking at it, creating it, and keep visualizing it. Keep closing your eyes down. Keep breathing in that essence. Keep breathing in that magic. Keep seeing it, what you want. Like this is your mental and emotional shopping center, that archway, what that looks like. Maybe it's paying off a bill. Maybe it's leaving one thing and gathering another thing. Just let it go. Let it come, let it come, let it come. Don't let the door close completely, but know that you're in the archway of manifestation. That archway shows you a pathway forward. and they're telling you you're on the right path. However, they're wanting you to put things on the path that you want to achieve. And as you go back a little bit in this video, I talked about how we started at a time when certain things did not exist. Microwave. I remember when my mum first got her microwave. This thing was huge and very heavy. She turned it on, she cooked things in it, everything came out hard as a rock. Certainly not brown. And some parts of it were hot and some parts of it weren't. I remember my grandmother telling my mother, I'm not eating anything. I'm not eating anything that came out of that thing. Because she was used to steaming. She was used to doing things sometimes on an open flame. But we go forward. You know, eventually the microwaves got a bit better. They came a little cheaper. They got a bit smaller. Now, let's face it, sometimes you just don't have to need an oven. Look about the air fryer. Those things do scare me, though. I will say that. A little piece of plastic gets so hot that it cooks things, that frozen stuff. Yeah, I don't know if I want that on my countertop. But there again, I have to embrace change. I have to embrace new technology. I like to look at things in a really, what I call a cockeyed way. It's like, ooh, this is kind of interesting. All right, my friends, that's it. I've waffled on enough. I love you. Thanks so much for listening, liking, subscribing. Ring that bell so you get new content every single day. Until tomorrow. Bye for now.